It's a really strange scene to describe because the lanes here leading into the ferry at the Port of Dover are starting to look like some sort of school county away day. You can see clearly how many of the coaches and buses that are parked up here, not moving, that have been here overnight, in some cases for 12, 14 hours in and around the Dover area. They've grown clearly absolutely fed up and frustrated of sitting in those vehicles, of waiting, of trying to get any glimpse or hint of sleep. And the school children have started to pile out onto the lanes themselves. I've heard them singing, I've seen them playing rugby and other sorts of sports and just generally trying to stretch their legs. That gives you a sense, of course, I think, of how long they're waiting. They've been waiting already and how long they know they've still got to wait. Because even though they're actually here now, finally, at the ferry port itself, there is a long way to go, several hours, I think, facing any of the coaches that you can see here, because they're at the back of this particular queue. And it's been a nightmare for so many people, particularly all of these school trips. I was just chatting to one teacher who's taking 2 coach loads of school children on a skiing trip. They should be strapping their boots on right now on the slopes, as they were meant to be crossing the channel at around 8 o'clock last night. Instead, he's just been sent out to order around £1,000 worth of Domino's in a pizza delivery order, he said, because the school children, of course, they've got no food left on the coach. And you can see really how this is such a serious situation for them. Many of the drivers now, they've been maxed out on their hours, so even once they get across the channel and they try and continue on their journeys, people are having to find hotels, these teachers having to book new drivers, and the whole thing really becoming a logistical nightmare that has come at this pinch point of the first weekend of the Easter holidays. And real questions now for the Port of Dover and for the ferry authorities as well to have to answer. Why didn't see this coming and what went so badly wrong? We know that post-Brexit passport checks have been blamed. Also, the port itself blaming the French border officials and the lengthy delays. And we also know there were more coaches than they expected. And while in a statement, the Port of Dover have said that extra ferry crossings which were put on overnight have started to ease things, started to ease the backlog, they're still expecting delays of 6 to 8 hours for many of these coaches arriving now. And as I mentioned already, I've been speaking to people who've been waiting for 16 hours already and counting.